What up? I'm Dick. This is Dictate the Day. Let's get into it, shall we? It's Friday.
Fire burning me.
I'm fired up.
Fire burning me. Yeah. Fire burning me. Fire burning me.
All right, that's enough. Sorry. It's Friday. Feeling fired up. Feel it burning in me. And I don't know, I was kind of channeling some of my my 80s roots, you know. Feels right. Okay. Got a good one for you today. Of course, I still got I got some updates on the Ken Panama thingamajig. Still don't know if that's real. As a matter of fact, I've seen some clips showing that it is not. But I still have I want to believe. I want to believe. And I've heard some of the craziest stuff, like NASA's out there and he got kicked out of his house. I don't know if any of this is true, of course. And everything that you're about to witness is for entertainment purposes only. And like I said, some education in there too. Do your work, do your diligence, do your due diligence. I also got this senator, or I'm sorry, he's a representative, talking about some craziness. Got several, out of this world entity style clips. I even got Joe Rogan talking with Matthew McConaughey about some craziness. And then I'm going to finish up with the grocery prices in Europe. Just wait. Just wait. Crazy scientific experiments. You know how I like to do it. I like to get deep in these conspiracy streets. All right, let me just get to this. Hold up. Wait a minute. Let me put some conspiracy in there. All right. This one. All right, we're back at Ken's apartment or home or whatever this is. The dwelling of said black tentacle amoeba space venom. I don't know. But check this out. This is from his channel, Mr. Ken Panama. And then I'll go over what I've heard and how they supposedly have debunked this situation. Here we go. What's happening? Look at him. Why is he all sweaty? I got some theories. And he looks a little, downtrodden. Like he's not happy with it anymore. Who knows? He could be just, there's the safe it was originally in. He's got tweezers everywhere. Huge cinder blocks on top of the deep freeze where it now lives. Watch this. You hear his sigh? He don't like it anymore. Ooh, oh, yeah, surprise. Man, and it is moving. Is he making it move? Is there someone else in the room pulling strings? He's speaking in Spanish occasionally. Look at it. Freaky Friday. It's eerily quiet in his home. Oh man, the whole thing is just kind of unsettling still. I'll tell you how, if you want to see the debunks, I didn't bring any of those clips because I don't know. And like I said, I want to believe. But I'll tell you how to find it once we get done here. Just living.
A muchos les gusta,
I'm pretty sure he said no me
a otros
gusta,
les aterra.
which is I don't like it. Damn. And then he's got all the things he cut off, and they're in jars right there. Seal that thing back up. Man, I don't know. I feel like if that thing gets big enough, it would push all that off. I don't know though. Okay, so you can just type in, I'm sure you can do it on YouTube, but TikTok, if you go to Kim Panama Debunked, there's a lot of people now pretending to do the same thing. But there's a guy, and he's like a effects specialist guy, and he zooms into the original picture of the comet, you know, indention into the ground where it was originally on fire a little bit to begin with. And there's little matchsticks in there, like someone had to, you know, light it to make it appear like it was on fire. And then there's other scenes where they're showing the rock, and Mr. Ken is touching a leaf to it, and the leaf is being distorted. Almost looks like it's burned. And then if you look in the reflection of the rock, there appears to be a light from like a lighter or even a match. Possibly that he's heating that thing up first and then touching it to it. The same guy that was on this debunk was saying you could hear him pull strings. I don't know if any of that is true. Like I said, I want to believe. And this is all just entertainment anyway. So join me as I entertain us on this wonderful Friday morning, and then we get to go take our day. Okay, what do I got next? What's next? I feel like it's too quiet in my spot right now. I don't know what it is. Something in the air. Okay, next.
These are
Oh, okay. Smack dab. Hold up. All right. This gentleman just started a TikTok, and he just happens to be a representative from the House of Representatives. I believe you say his name, Tim Burchett. Burchett? I don't know. I apologize. And then that continues to say that there are entities already here, and they may be coming from 5 or 6 deep water areas on Earth. Are you a believer in UFO and aliens? Well, I want to be. Even with all the stuff we got going on, I still don't know exactly what it is, but it does kind of make sense to me. All right, let's listen to him. Let me start this from the beginning.
These are entities that are here on this earth, that have been on this earth, that, who knows how long, and that we, you know, we think they're coming in from way out. Maybe they did millennia ago, but they're here and they're in these deep water areas. And that's why, I mean, like we say, we know more about the face of the moon than we do what's going on there. And we have a higher propensity of sightings around these 5 or 6, I believe, deep water areas. And so to me, it just it creates a question there. And then when we have naval personnel telling me that we have these sightings and that there's these underwater craft they're chasing that are doing hundreds of miles an hour, and the best we've got is something that does maybe just a little under 40 miles an hour. So I got a lot of questions about that stuff, and I mean, these are entities that are here.
This is crazy. You can see the White House down the street. Look at.
Who knows how?
Boom.
And
Or I'm sorry, it's not the White House. You know what I meant, Capitol.
We think
I love this time we're living in right now. Like, this is a legit professional politician. And, you know, I guess that's where it comes with, as they say, a grain of salt. You know, the project that we're not supposed to talk about that sounds like Blue Dream. Yeah, I mean, you know. What do you think? What do you think? You know, my video got a lot of views yesterday. One of the most viewed reacts videos I've ever got. Didn't get a lot of comments. I don't think I got one. So maybe we can get old Dick a comment. I did get like 8 likes That's pretty cool. And like 300 views. Whoa, super stoked. New subscribers too. Hey, thank you. You have no idea what that has done to supercharge Mr. Dick with energy and encouragement and all that great stuff. But it has made it harder for me to concentrate because I'm so excited about, can I do it again? And, whatever. All right, let's keep rolling. This just came out. Ironic. Here's another hole in the ground from something from Potential Auto Express. They released photos from Roswell, the crash that was supposed to be a weather balloon. That if you look at any of the photographs from that time, black and white photographs, it's just like tinfoil. There's no way that indention would have been made by a weather balloon, just like it says up there. Okay, check it out. It's real short. It's like 30 seconds. This is from the National Archives. They should just release everything, right? That's an aerial photo. Look how big that indention is. And it almost looks like it skipped. Crazy. They say believe nothing you see and half of what you hear, or whatever it is. 100%. Either way, All right, what's next?
In the congressional...
Oh, yeah, I did a whole video on the UAP hearing. I think it has 8 views. So I put this up again because for those that haven't seen it, here you go. This is from Toilet Time Media, by the way. I like their channel on the Talk and the Tube and whatnot. But this is a drone, Reaper drone, recording another Reaper drone, and it launches a Hellfire missile. Can I say that on here? Educational purposes. You'll watch. If you don't know, this was released in front of like Congress, and they had all these people that are now protected, that are whistleblowers that can come out and check it out if you want, and then we'll watch this little clip.
meeting today.
I want to cue up a video that I've been given. Before it starts, I'm going to describe. This was taken October 30th of 2024. This video is of an MQ-9 drone tracking an orb, or this object, off the coast of Yemen. You'll see that another MQ-9 launched a Hellfire missile. I'm not going to explain it to you. You'll see exactly what it does.
This is fast. Man, look at that ground. Boom. And so it deflects, that missile splits in half, and this drone just keeps flying along. And there it is, just keeps flying along the ocean.
This is when it zoomed out. So you can still see it traveling.
Here we go. Different format. I pulled out just a little bit to show the Hellfire making contact with the UAP. This is a much different format. What appears to be the back half of this unknown object flying off the coast of Yemen. Right there, it makes impact. You can see it knocks it off course. Right there, following the impact, these three objects appear in the sky following the primary object right there. So the primary target turned into not only one, but four targets now. There's 1, 2, 3, now 4. It survived the strike. And the gentleman that testified before Congress said nothing that we have should have survived that strike. And it turned into 4, 3 smaller ones, and then the main primary one continued on.
In the congressional...
Okay, this is what I have heard, because I've watched tons of videos about people, dissecting this. If you look right here, let me see if I can scroll this along here.
Right there, it makes impact. You can
So
see it knocks it off course.
Hold up.
Right there, following the impact, these three objects appear in the sky.
This is, now my thing is in front of it, but from this aircraft flying UAP, whatever it is, and these three things that are ejected from it after the strike, this one person had a thought that those were the three things inside of it driving it, and since they're interdimensional, they just, they popped out and then were able to form back to it. I don't know. What is that? What are we doing? It's crazy. All right, check this out.
Had numbers in his.
I thought this was interesting. I'm fan of both of these gentlemen for multiple reasons, as many are. But they're talking about, conspiracies, UFOs, all this stuff that I am interested in, that intrigues me to do more research daily. Check this out.
Said,
Yeah.
Herbert Walker was the guy that Hal Puthoff and a bunch of these scientists. He brought them together and said, "We have recovered a crashed UFO more than one occasion, and we have a back engineering program, and we're considering disclosure to the American people. I want you to list the positives." The positive impacts of society and the negatives.
Yeah.
And they did it with quite a few different scientists, and they all had more negatives than positive.
If they came out with this information,
Exactly.
to share this information, what would be the effect on society?
Yes.
More
And
negatives than positive.
More negatives than positive.
My question, though, is I think I don't know if they mentioned or they're going to mention this was in 1990. And then you go Roswell way back in the day. And they gave it a numerical system of, how would we react, and it would not be good. Well, then why now? Is it just because of our understanding, or is there, as I say a lot, something nefarious afoot? Let's go.
Because
Disruption of religion, government,
how does
economy.
that disrupt religion?
Well, I mean, it
I
depends on your
understand how it
religion.
does. I just don't.
Depends on your religion, and depends on where these things are from and what is happening. What do we
In the
know?
Bible, Ezekiel has golden chariots from the sky.
Exactly. Yeah, and a wheel within a wheel. Yeah, the Ezekiel stuff sounds like a UFO encounter. And it's not the only version of that in ancient texts. In the ancient Hindu texts, they have vimanas, these things that are flying through the sky. Like, what are those things? In the Rig Veda, even in the Bhagavad Gita, there's all these depictions of these things that sound like you're talking about a spaceship, or at the very least some kind of technology. Like this thing about the Nephilim, like that the gods mated with women and created man who are monstrous. Boy, doesn't that sound like aliens came down and genetically manipulated primates and created
Something.
human beings? That's a version of it that you could imply from the text. It's all really weird stuff, man. Like really weird. If you found out that was all true, it would probably change everything about society. And this is what Herbert Walker and those guys decided after. So Hal Puthoff was explaining it to me on the podcast, like how they put a numerical value to each thing. I'm like,
Right.
we were that close?
Right.
Like, imagine if that happened. This is 1990, right?
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but these kind of really weird things, as you put them, they excite you more than they give you fear. Would that be fair?
I'm going to interrupt. Yes, it is exciting. And for me, it's exciting because I'm a little fearful. You know what I mean? Okay, here we go. Sorry.
Yeah. I mean,
I mean, you seem excited. You get excited about different possibilities.
yes.
I mean, I have people go, "Oh man, no, Rogan loves these conspiracy theories." Like, I don't see him liking the conspiracy theories. I see him always being interested in an alternate way something went down and being interested and excited about that, but not going, no, never disengaging from it and going, no way, no, because I believe how it was and what I read, and that's how it is. That's not where you're moving from.
Had numbers in it.
Yeah, I have this philosophy, and I feel like with whatever the message is, there is tidbits of truth. It's like, looking at the broad picture. Sure, this is super sus, but we need to suss it out because there might be something. Why wouldn't you want to know about? I mean, as fanatical and fantasy but now we're having all these weird exposure and experience that are captured on social media. Everyone's got a camera. I don't necessarily know if things are changing. They talk about timeline jumps and CERNs and the Mandela, and I think it's cool. It's cool, right? I think it's cool. It's fucking awesome. All right, let's go.
Okay, so I've been looking for this.
All right. I don't know about this one. This is in, looks like Juarez, Mexico. This gentleman is Gray Octopussy on YouTube. And it's showing what appear to be interdimensional beings at like a baseball game. And I don't know, like, are these mascots on the field and no one's paying attention to them? You know, that's me trying to rationalize what I'm seeing. Check this out, though.
Footage for years. I seen this years ago. And somebody was filming a baseball game. You know, their kids were at a baseball game. And they, you know, these are, I think it's one or two, it might be two interdimensional beings, but he didn't see them. When he went back and checked the video, then he noticed it in the video, you know? But you know, they couldn't see it with the, you know, he couldn't see it with his naked eye. Nobody can see it with their naked eyes, you know? And I love this one. I love this one. I've been looking for this for years. This took place in Mexico in 2014. And if you go to my YouTube channel, it's called Gray Octopussy. That's why I always put that Gray Octopussy on YouTube. I did a full video and I show other interdimensional beings, you know, on my presentation of this. So go to my YouTube channel if you want to see more like this. All right? Let me know what you think. Okay.
I've never seen this one before, and I still don't know what to think. And if there's a moment back here in these little, this fencing that's around it, there's like people standing just on the other side, and then there's people moving all around these things, and no one is like looking, everyone's ignoring it, or they just don't see it, hence the interdimensional. I don't know. I don't even know what's next. Let's go.
What if I told you a couple of things?
Oh, yeah. Recently, this year for sure, maybe a little bit of last year. I can't remember exactly when this was discovered, but they used, you know, I believe it was some form of LiDAR, which is a laser beam they're able to shoot into the ground. They find stuff in the jungle all the time. And they did this in and around the pyramids, and they found this 600 meters worth of pillars and huge, I don't know, rectangular shaped complexes that are underneath, buried by the desert. I just thought this was interesting. I love this guy. He's been on all the podcasts that I watch. Check it out. This is from Cosmic Summit.
That a massive ancient underground structure in Egypt has already been discovered.
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
Its discovery was done through scanning technology. In fact, it's been scanned several times with technology just like these technologies that you've been hearing about, and it's absolutely been confirmed to exist. This also isn't something new. It's not something that you could consider wildly speculative. It's not something that is coming out of nowhere, which we can definitely say, like the Khafre pyramid stuff, it's just like nobody expected to see giant shafts and cubes and things 600 meters under the ground. But this is something instead has been documented extensively throughout history, including in antiquity. And in our modern era, it's something that's been sought after by a very small but select group of individuals. This structure is not just any old thing in Egypt. It's something that is said to exceed in grandeur all of the wonders of the ancient world, and I am including.
So what they're showing right there, these long pillars, I don't know why they had to put this in front of it, but this is what the radar supposedly discovered. Yeah. Like some type of energy harnessing apparatus. Like I've seen theories that these are supposed to be copper that's wrapped around these granite pillars which harness energy, and who knows? Entertainment.
The pyramids of Giza in that, and that if its discovery were true, it really should represent the biggest discovery of at least the 21st century, if not, dare I say, the millennium. Biggest discovery in 1,000 years. What if I told you a couple of things, that a massive ancient underground structure in Egypt has already been discovered? That it's...
Just in case you didn't see any of that. There you go. There you go.
Scientists are...
All right. Have you heard about smart dust? It's like a form of nanotechnology, but man, watch this. Is anyone else itchy? Scientists working on smart dust that can spy on a room while drifting through the air.
creating something that sounds like a nightmare. Dust that can spy on you. It's called smart dust. Tiny sensors, almost invisible, drifting in the air. Each one alone is harmless, but together they can record sound, temperature, humidity, even the chemical makeup of the atmosphere. And yes, they can send all that data back to whoever controls them. The idea started with DARPA, the US military research agency behind GPS and the internet. At first, in the early 2000s, there were prototypes for this same tech, like UC Berkeley's SPEC, which was the size of a grain of rice. But now, after decades of research, some motes measure just 0.02 cubic millimeters, too small for the human eye to notice. This industry was already worth $115 million in 2022, and analysts expect it to reach nearly $400 million by 2032. Even bug players like Hewlett-Packard and Emerson are investing, while militaries see it as a tool for surveillance and intelligence. One Israeli company even proposed using smart dust to block sunlight, an idea that alarmed the bulletin of the atomic scientists. So, if the air itself can be filled with sensors, the line between environment and surveillance disappears. The scary question is, what if your next breath is being recorded? Scientists are creating...
What if you're breathing them in? You know? Just... If you remember the theory, and I guess it still exists, you know, sometimes on cameras you'll see those orbs and they say that those are like paranormal spirits, and, you know, I've even heard they're spying on us. They're like from some higher beings or whatever. Nano technology, smart dust, like I feel like it's possible. Entertainment, man. Okay, I just thought this was crazy to watch this. I've never seen lightning this color, this shape. This is like 40 seconds long. I thought it was interesting. Watch it. Whoa, wait for it. Bro. That's just crazy. It looks like an electronic leafless tree. Cabo Rojo, Puerto Rico. What's going on out there? Okay. I just thought it was cool. There you go. All right.
Today I'm going to show you how expensive groceries are.
This is the final one. And I don't do a lot of videos on like our current financial issues because it's an issue. You know what I mean? Everything is expensive. Interest rates are crazy. You can't get a used car. They're the same price as a new car. It's like, what's going on? Our electricity bill, everything is nuts. But watch the prices of food in Germany. And then I'm going to let you go. Let's get our Friday underway. Let's take this day. Last one.
In Germany. A bag of mandarins, $1.69. $2.39 for 12 eggs. Baby bells for $2.79. Oat milk for 90 cents. Bio salami for $1.99. You can get real bread for $1.19. If you get a full...
Notice how she said real bread? Yeah. They're doing the exchange rate up here in the corner. If you didn't notice, it's the US dollar up here.
Loaf, you can cut it right here. One salmon fillet for $3.99. You can get 3 pizzas for $3.99. There are 3 pizzas inside. Red wine for $2.49. 6 pears for $1.49. Cucumber for 69 cents. 2 pounds of meat for $6.99. Strawberries for $2.89. Yeah, are you guys ready for the craziest thing? This much toilet paper for $2.69. And then 4 pieces of kitchen towels for $2.75. I honestly have no idea why toilet paper is so expensive in the US. You can get cat food for 30 cents. Let's head over to the sweets. 1 bag of raisin for $1.79. Chips are $1.19. Olive oil for $5.99. The prices here are insane. They're so cheap. You get some Gouda for $1.95. This huge pot of Greek yogurt, $2.29. Baby food is either $1.05 or you can even get something for 75 cents. 85 pieces of diapers for $5.39. Hand soap here for 65 cents. Toothpaste for 65 cents. Okay, let me know in the comments. Do you think it's cheap or expensive to shop in Germany?
It's crazy cheap. And not only is it crazy cheap, it is controlled by a much more strict guideline with the dyes and the crazy chemicals and all these things. Like, we are overpaying for poison. It's just, I did a whole video on it, and I think it got buried. I don't know. Entertainment. All right, y'all. That's it. It's Friday. I mentioned a little bit one of the last videos that I am in the midst of being onboarded onto a job. I'm sure my schedule of these videos is going to come out different, so I'm just throwing it out there. If something happens and you've watched this video to the end, I thank you so very much. You one of the OG day takers. Let's go. Let's go. With that being said, I'm going to go ahead and just dip out of here. Dick gonna dip. I'll see you on the flip. It's Friday, y'all. It's freaking Friday. I hope this weekend is amazing for everyone. May it unfold with success. No stress. Better than all the rest. I haven't said that in a long time. Let's let's just keep it up. I'm gonna exit with the same song. Some of this it's The Cold of My Heart. And it's by a couple people named Ryan Stisick and Kinnika Moore. Interesting. Free music on YouTube. That's what I got. That's what I got. All right, y'all. Spread your love. Share your knowledge. I love you. And I'll probably see you on Monday. I look forward to it. Here we go. This always happens, man. I go to play it and it doesn't play. Hold on. Yeah, all right. Good things.